Delivery! We have some packages to open up, and I've been waiting a long time for this, and I'm excited to go open it up, so let's go get it. I'm also trying out vlogging for the first time. Well, I guess this would be the first time in a long time. I've vlogged before, and right now I'm currently using my Sony a7 III, and it's a pretty awful experience because I can't see what the picture looks like. We have this package which just came in. This actually came back in the store, but this is the most important one. Cool. This is my Sony FX30, and no, it's not a brand new camera. I broke my camera back in October of last year, and I actually continued shooting the entire football season with a broken camera. That's because I was still able to use it. What had broke on it was the LCD screen. It did a somersault, and luckily for me, it didn't completely separate the LCD screen from the body. It was hanging on by just a thread. I was able to continue the rest of the season shooting with it. I sent this out to get repaired. This is a big moment for me. I'm getting I don't know if you call it cabin fever, but the urge to go shoot something. It's been almost 30 days and I didn't reach out to anyone about shooting sports because I didn't know when this camera would come back. But this is a big week for me. Once I got the tracking number for this, I reached out to a bunch of different people. I have a couple shoots this week. The biggest one for me is hockey. I've never shot hockey before. I'm super excited about that. And just in general, to have my camera back. Yes, it's been factory reset, so I probably have to go in and plug in all my settings. I should do a video on that. Some people might be interested in what settings I use to shoot sports, so if you want to see that, just leave a comment below. Maybe you saw this on the table. I'm just going to tell you about what this guy is. This is a step-up ring. So the reason why I have a step-up ring is because I have two primary lenses that I use to shoot sports. This guy is the Sigma 24-70. If you've been to my channel before, you may have seen the video that I just recently shot talking about the three lenses that I use to shoot sports. This is a 24-70. And then I also have my 70-200. Again, really good lenses if you're just getting into sports videography. But the purpose of the step-up ring is because I've been shooting all of my sports footage with a mist filter. So on this camera right now, I have a K&F Concept mist filter, just kind of like an inexpensive one. When I bought it, the reason why I started using it is because I liked the softness, the not hard contrast look that it gives you. But when I was talking to Fig in the class that I take about learning how to shoot sports, he noticed that my video was very soft and he recommended I try it without shooting with a mist filter. The ND filter that I have for this guy, it has a mist filter built in. Instead of having to buy separate ND filters, I bought a step-up ring so that I can leverage the ND filter that I use for this 24-70, which is a freewheel filter, nothing crazy. And then I can use it on this guy without having to buy a separate one. In the future, it'd be so nice to have multiple ND filters. My dream would be to have two Polar Pro Peter McKinnon ND filters, but that's like $700. Right now, probably not a good investment. Later in the future, I might have one of each, and maybe in the future, hopefully soon, I'll even have some better lenses than the ones I have right now. It is dinner time now. I'm making sushi bake because we had some tofu that was gonna expire. So I'm in the process of making the sushi rice. And then I'm gonna cut up avocado and cucumber. So I mentioned earlier that Friday I'm going to shoot my first hockey game. I haven't really done much research right now and I haven't come up with a game plan. What I'm actually thinking of doing is seeing if the game plan that I had for football, which I did for 8 weeks plus 3 rounds of playoffs, will actually work. What that game plan looked like, oh man, there is a technique to making sushi rice. What that game plan looked like was splitting it up into pre-game, game action, and then post-game. Game action obviously being split into 4 quarters, depending on which portion of the game it is. If it's pre-game, I was primarily shooting in 60 frames per second. In the first half for football, I stuck to 24 frames per second because I wanted that natural motion. That's not the word I'm looking for. But yeah, I just wanted to shoot in real-time speed. And then in the second half, the third and fourth quarters, I would shoot in 60 frames per second because I wanted a portion of my story to be in slow motion where I could slow it down and also capture celebrations, which I think touchdowns in the second half actually mean more than the first half. With hockey, it's a little bit different because there's 3 periods, there's intermissions, which are a little bit longer. I think my game plan is going to be Pre-game, shoot everything in 60 frames per second, get some slow motion shots, get in nice and tight. And then during the first period, I'll probably shoot 24 frames per second. And then in the second and third period, I'll probably shoot in 60 frames per second. Maybe I'll shoot in 120 frames per second. I didn't really do that for football games because the lighting was pretty bad. But we're gonna be indoors at a hockey arena, so maybe we'll have different luck there. I also want to try and explore being on different levels. So I don't know what it's like being on the ground level directly behind the glass. I can imagine what it's like being up in the stands though. Probably maybe shoot the second period in the stands and I don't know, the first and third on the ground, on the rink level behind the glass. What I'm hoping to do is get a variety of different types of shots. So if I don't get any good highlights or maybe I just don't do a good job shooting, at least I have a variety of different shots that put together a good final story. So you can see that I'm actually using brown sugar. We don't have white sugar here. What that did was actually make the rice brown, which I don't think people go to restaurants and order sushi that has brown rice. But you're not gonna be able to see what's going on here because we're gonna layer the top and it's all gonna taste the same. I don't think I want to record myself eating on camera. One thing that we should do, maybe tonight or eventually, I told myself if I was done like my YouTube video and all this other work I had to do, I would sit down and email some people in the community about shooting opportunities. I think it's really important to network yourself, whether you're trying to get like a paid gig or maybe you're still working in like a free to fee. There's incredible value behind doing that type of work. I want to send an email out to one of the football organizations in my province here because we got to work on a couple projects together before Christmas time and there's a lot going on and I want to build that momentum and get more reps in shooting football and really get my name out there and establish myself as, you know, one of the videographers that shoot football in the province. But first we're going to eat some sushi bake. So it's like 7:20 in the morning right now. Last night after we had dinner, we just chilled and we just like relaxed. I actually do the bulk of my creative stuff in the morning because the evenings are so busy. So this is my power hour between the hours of 5 and 9 a.m. I'm working out and I'm doing editing and sometimes I'm shooting stuff early in the morning. I want to write that email and I thought it'd be cool to show you how it works on Apple's new feature called Apple Intelligence. It's basically like it'll do the work for you, it'll write it, so I can write something really crappy and then it'll just put it together in a professional or in a friendly or concise manner. I'm writing to inquire about any upcoming... That's too professional, bro. Probably take another second to comb this over and like pop in the name of the organization and the person I'm sending it to. Even if I don't get a response, I've opened up the door as a point of contact. I'm gonna bump into them sooner or later. And I have no expectation to be given an opportunity to shoot something. Just asking for opportunities is that you're probably gonna get a lot of no's, especially if you're looking for paid opportunities. But if you're looking for shooting for free and just building up your portfolio, probably won't get a lot of no's. I have a very busy night tonight. Tomorrow is the hockey game and I really haven't sat down and got my gear prepared and thought about everything that I'm gonna do. So it's 6:30 a.m. One of the things that we have to do this morning is to create a shot list. I basically want to plan what I'm going to be doing at the hockey game, and then I also have to take the puppy to daycare. So Notion is my preferred database. I use Notion to organize my content, which helps me stay on track with everything that I'm going to be posting per week. And I can say that I've already posted more videos this year than I have last year. So we are doing a hockey shot list and prep. I'm on their website and I found a couple of the leading scorers right now. First person, the leading scorer, is actually one of Sean's friends that I met in the summertime. So shout out to Dean, you're gonna get some good highlights today. Sit down. Harness. Smile for the camera. You look like an aggressive dog, but you're actually so sweet. We started taking our dog to daycare as soon as she was ready to go. And you're probably gonna see her a lot because she's like by my hip 24/7. You have the doggy bed in the office and she just chills right beside me. It is an absolutely, when I say awful day, but it's a really snowy day. I would love to travel for sports, who knows if I'll find the type of career or job that will permanently move me somewhere else. I'm more of a football guy, and I think it would be like a dream to shoot professional football. I like shooting football. After I got past all of the jitters and nervousness about, being a rookie and not knowing what to do, I generally enjoyed being on the field and shooting. Being around the community, the atmosphere. It felt like I was a player again, except I wasn't wearing a helmet. I guess in a way, you're just as involved as everybody who's actually playing the game. And then you have the responsibility of recapping and telling the story. I know that a lot of the players have appreciated that. That humbles me because I never had that growing up. Like, technology has come a long way since I was playing high school football. Yeah, I can understand why there's a high demand for photos and videos. And I'm happy to provide that because this is something that these players can take with them for the rest of their lives. Any sport, you only have a select few that'll make it to the pros. So being able to take something with you from your playing days is pretty special, and I'm glad that I have the opportunity to provide that for most of these young athletes. How excited are you to go to daycare? Oh yeah, you're excited.
What did he get for you today?
He just called me dear. People are very kind these days, which is good. Be kind. That's what the world needs. That's good stuff. Cheers. So I just had something super dope happen. I've been talking to somebody on Marketplace who was selling their camera. With the camera, they were selling a Tamron 11 to 20. Was willing to sell me just the lens alone. Obviously, I didn't want his camera. It was a Sony ZV-E10 Mark 1, and honestly, I didn't really have a need for it because I have this FX30. So I waited for him to respond, and then he got back to me today. He was like, hey, are you still interested in buying this lens? And we met up, and I picked it up. So I ended up getting this guy for a really good deal. And honestly, man, it's in really good condition. It's pretty much mint. You can find some really good deals on Marketplace. I mean, you don't have to always buy latest and greatest. Take your time, see what you can find. Okay, so I'm currently shooting with the Tamron 11 to 20. I don't have the ND filter installed, just the mist filter. I tried to fit all my gear in this one sling bag, but it didn't work. So I'm gonna put everything in here.
Shit, never moving with caution. Too damn sick, no assuming my role. Bandwidth, VQ and distortion. Bandage through the wounds in my soul. Say again, no room for this haunting. Banter from the cruising at home. All the room for the pain it causing. They ran through with the food that they own. Gang shit, never moving with caution. Too damn sick, no assuming my role. Bandwidth, VQ and distortion. Bandage through the wounds in my soul. Say again, no room for this haunting. Advantage got me cruising at home. All the room from the pain that it causing. They ran through with the food that they own.
Well, that was fun. I'll give you my post-game analysis about how that went for me. Definitely a learning experience. It was the very first time I ever shot a hockey game. It took me maybe 2 periods to understand where I might get the best shots. What I was really proud of is the fact that I didn't miss a lot of opportunities. When I mean opportunities, I mean highlights. The game was pretty good. I was saying afterwards, I'm pretty spoiled to have shot that type of game as my first game. It was the battle of first and second place. It was 2-2 going into the third period. I got the game-winning goal. It was awesome. I was really proud of it because one problem that I have in football is that sometimes I'm too tight and I don't get the shot. Today I stuck to my guns. I took advice from people that I asked. The arena there wasn't the best lit, which makes me think about, do I want to buy an FX3? Because I realize now I have a lot of limitations shooting an S-Log with this FX30. I was at F4 most of the time. I lowered my shutter to 200. I would say that I networked quite a bit. I got to meet the owner, I got to meet the coach. They have some stuff that they need help with. All I wanted to do was try something new for the first time, make myself uncomfortable, have fun, learn, and try my best. Maybe this is me trying to be inspirational, give you some words of motivation. Good things will happen if you try your best, put in all your effort in something that you really love to do. I think the universe works that way. It'll reward you when you find something that you're really passionate about and you don't take any shortcuts, you work hard at it,
And as long as you just love it, have fun doing it, you can go to the moon with this. This is just the beginning of my sports videography journey. No way do I think that I conquered anything tonight. I'm super proud and grateful for the experience that I had. And who knows what's next? See you next time.